So hello guys, so today I'm gonna do a video on, he's gonna say, Mom, I gotta do a video.
I have to do a video.
Okay, alright. So like I was saying, I'm gonna do a video today about the comment that I had made yesterday, which was about mental health awareness. And I wanted to talk about this subject because it is a very important subject that not a lot of people, or topic that not a lot of people discuss, or when they do discuss it, they kind of like screw away from it because they feel as though it's like looked down upon, instead of like being more encouraging towards like the mental awareness that somebody have. Hello guys, so today I wanted to do a video on the topic that I had discussed yesterday on my Instagram, which is mental health, or mental health awareness, like bringing awareness to mental health, of course. So he's in the background. So I feel like this topic is a very crucial topic that is looked down on, because not a lot of people want to address like a mental health issue. So first I wanted to talk about like what exactly is mental health, and like when you want to seek mental health, or like when you feel like if you need like a mental health awareness check. So mental health awareness, or mental health, is basically, so I wrote it down. So mental health refers to a person's overall psychological, so that's your mind, emotional, so also some emotion in there, and social well-being. So those three things, which is the psychological, the emotional part, and then the social part. So all three are very important. Like some people might think the social part, not that it doesn't go with the mental health awareness, but it is also very crucial, because if you don't have people to connect with, like I wrote here, the strong social connections or supportive relationships, and the ability to interact positively with others, then your mental health is not fully gonna be there. Like you have to have that check on all three of them. And here he is, not gonna let me do the video. So yeah, so like I said, when my baby came, so those three things, they're very important: the emotional, the psychological, and the social part. Like I said before, the social part, sometimes people look at it like that is not as important. It's just as important, because you need to be able to interact with other people, to be able to, get that thought that you have in your mind just out of the way, or like to be able to vent to somebody. Like that is very important. And a lot of people like to hold stuff in, and that's very bad, because it's like you want to be able to get that thought across, or like whatever you have in your mind, just to be able to vent with that person, just to be able to tell them like how your day was going, or something like that. Like within those lines, like that's why the social part comes into play and is very important. So the emotional part, obviously we all have emotions, we all have to show our emotions, or there's others that don't show it as much as like the people that shows it like overly, not overly, but like they show it, like they show their emotions, they're able to show their emotions. So that was me. Like at one point, like I didn't really like I would show my emotions, but sometimes like I would like hide them as well. And that again is not a bad thing, but it is a bad thing when you're constantly doing it, and it's like kind of hurting yourself, because it's like that emotion is still deep in you. Like you still think about it, and you still, like when you look back at it, you'd be like, why did I do this? Like like it was hurting me, like, and it was hurting me. So I try not to do that as much, but there's sometimes that I do it. But that's another thing. Like your emotions have to be in check with yourself. Like you have to be true to yourself. Like you have to be able to connect, like again with the social part, like be able to connect that to like your brain, and be like, okay, yeah, there is something wrong. Like I need to like relay it out to somebody else, and that's where the social part comes in as well. So then the last one, which is the psychological part, that one is like Like that's like the top one. Like they're all important, but the psychological part is like, if your mind is not there, then it's like you really need to seek like that help. Like don't be afraid to seek that help, because again, that was me. Like I felt like I was in denial. I was like, no, there's nothing wrong with me. Like, yeah, like I left off, like I was saying, like I was in denial with myself. Like I felt like there was nothing really wrong with me, but in reality it was like I was lying to myself, and that was hurting me like just as more. Like it was hurting me even more. Like there was a point where like I said to myself like, oh, okay, like nah, I'm not gonna take the medication that I need to take, because it's like it in my head, like I really thought like I didn't need it, and I like it nothing, like it wasn't happening to me. But it's like it's a sickness that, like they say, like it's a sickness from God. That I don't really like to say that, but it's true. It's like it's a sickness that, not necessarily a sickness because I don't like that word, but it's like your mental being. Like you have to take care of your mental being, because if you don't take care of your mental being, then there's nobody else that's gonna do that for you. Like you have to put that on yourself. Like that's why like I was always so like on top of like taking care of myself. Like now, like I try to look presentable, or I try to look good for myself. Like I don't do it for nobody else. Like I do it for myself. Like, so if I want to do my hair, I'm gonna do my hair. If I want to put on lashes, if I want to put on some makeup, I'm gonna do that for myself. I'm not doing that for nobody else or to look good for anybody else. I'm doing that for myself, because at the end of the day, or the starting of the day, it's gonna make me feel good, and then I'm gonna have a good day. It's gonna be productive. And I know if something comes in the way, then I know it's not me, because I know that like I started off my day the right way. So a lot of people could relate. Like obviously, if it's just like your house, like if your house is not clean, then your mind is like not there. Like it's just like your house, my house is the reflection of myself. If my house is not there, then I know like everything in my head is not there either. Because it's like I want everything to be in check. I want to be like, okay, when I leave the house, okay, I know my house is clean. I know this is clean. I know my laundry is clean. And I know not so much on the laundry, because, you know, you're going to have those days where you not fall behind on laundry. Because I don't like to do that. But like there's going to be laundry, obviously. Because you're going to take off your clothes. And there's going to be still laundry at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, like, so now I went on a run and I forgot what I was saying. But yeah, so it's like if your mind is not there, then she's there. So if your mind is not there, then you know that you're not going to be able to present yourself the way that you want to. And it's also going to be a reflection of your kids as well, because it's like, since she's there right now, it's like I look at my kids and so like I was saying again, it keeps cutting off because I'm doing it like on Snapchat. So yeah, like going back to my kids, like if I look at my kids and I be like, okay, I have to really take care of myself, because who is going to be there for my kids? Like I have to, my mental being has to be there, even though it's like there's how do I say, I don't want to say sickness again, even though that is there, like I still want to be able to take my medication and, you know, not be in denial like I was before, or like do the things that I've always done before. Like I was always big on, that's what I wanted to go back on before I got distracted. Like I've always been big on like taking care of myself, like doing those maintenance things. Like if it's not my hair, which I always do my hair, like I always like to do my hair, and if it's not my hair, then I just started putting makeup on. Like I want to feel good, like or my lashes, I want to do my lashes, or like put on my lashes, or taking that shower, or anything like that, doing your nails, even if it's like at home, stuff like that. Like all that really matters. Like all that is really big on your psychological well-being, and it plays a part on your emotional being as well as your social being, because if your psychological well-being is taken care of, your mind is taken care of, then everything else is gonna fall into place. And it's so, like, me saying this is so like, oh, okay, like, yeah, like, that makes sense. Like, you know, everybody should know that. But it's like a reminder, and then constantly hearing it and saying, okay, yeah, like, let's do these things so I could be able to take care of myself. Because if you don't take care of yourself first, then you can't take care of anybody else. Like, that is so true. If you're not able to pour into yourself, like they say, you're not able to pour into your cup of tea, then you're not going to be able to pour into other cup of teas. And that is like, I don't really like that one specifically, because it's like, I'm not going to pour tea to other, like, okay, well, yeah. So if it's like, it's not my cup of tea, so I'm not going to pour my cup of tea to other people's tea, but I'm going to make the pot, right? Let's say that the pot is the reflection of yourself. You have to be able to, how do I say this in a way that's going to be understandable? Because then I'm just going to, like, be going in a rant again. But it's like, that cup of tea is a reflection of yourself. So yeah, so that pot of tea is a reflection of yourself. So basically, you're the one that's making the tea. So therefore, you're putting in the time, you're putting in everything, and it's the same as the maintenance. Like, you're putting in the time. Sorry, so you're putting in the time to be able to, you know, do your hair, do your makeup, or whatever it is. This is just an example, but you're putting in those little tiny things, whatever it might be. And it's the same thing as the pot. You're taking your time to put the water in the pot, to put whatever else in the pot. If you want to put the tea bags, or you want to put cardamom, or I usually put cardamom. But whatever else you want to put, like, if you want to put mint in that, John, whatever you want to put in that, like, whatever you want, hibiscus, beet, whatever you want to put in it, whatever type of bag you want in there, just put it in there. That's like a reflection of yourself. And the reflection of yourself reflects on other people, because it's like, yeah, you're not pouring your tea, but you're pouring the tea that you made to other to other people as well. And that is, I think, like, that speaks a little bit more to me than if you can't pour to your tea, then you pour it to other else. And yeah, that makes sense. I like that one. But the one that you're making the tea, that is the reflection of yourself, because you're putting in the time, you're putting in everything, and you're distributing it to everybody else, because you started off with yourself. So yeah, so that was a long rant, but that is very important to hear, like, and that's something that I needed. And I felt like even when I heard stuff like that, sometimes I got discouraged, because it's like my mental health, again, like, I wasn't fully there. Like I needed help, and I wasn't seeking it. And that's why I'm so serious. Like, it's so important. Like, I could tear up a little bit, because it's like it was so hard. Like it's really important, like, that being able to be able to pour all that into yourself. So yeah, so the next thing that I wanted to say about the mental health awareness was that what I was in denial about was that I had a mental health issue myself. So not had, but I still do. Like, I'm still, I guess you could say, like, finding the way to deal. So I'm gonna talk like this, because the other way I feel like the camera keeps, like, falling a little bit. Let me see if I could put it a little bit higher. Okay, so like I was saying before I started tearing up a little bit, I'm better now. Like, your mental health is very important, and I want to stress this enough. Like, I do want to stress this enough, because there's people that don't stress it enough, and, like, it's so true. Like, you could be good at one point, and then you could be bad at another point, and that could be, like, with everyday stuff. Like, was times when I felt like I was my highest. Like today, like I feel very good. Like I feel very, like I didn't even think I was gonna do this video, but I was like, you know what? I was like, I put that post yesterday. I was like, let me do it. I was like, let me do it right now. Why not? Like before, I wasn't like that. I would be like very. I am shy. Like I wouldn't say shy, but like very like to myself, and there's nothing wrong with that. But sometimes you need to like know when to address like certain stuff. Like there's times when I still feel like I'm a little still like at a point where I'm like I feel low or like low energy, lethargic and stuff like that, and I want to be able to address it. And that's why sometimes I go to my mom or I go to somebody that I really trust. You know, it's mostly is my mom. And oh my god, my mom, I swear she's my everything. Like I swear, like she is like, how do I say it, like she is my literal Bible. I swear, like she is everything. She's always there. And yeah, there was probably times when this is why I also wanted to talk about before I see. This is why I can put the camera like this, because then I'm gonna keep looking at myself. But yeah, there was times when I felt like I was really at my lowest, and or I would tell my mom so many times so many stuff, and I felt like kind of like was a bother. But I know I'm not a bother because that's my mom, but I felt like I was. And yeah, like you shouldn't feel like that. Like if you feel like you're a bother, then that's just you getting in your head. Because if it's your mom, like of course, like you're gonna go to your mom for everything. I know I do. I call my mom every freaking day, and I'll still call her every day, or I'll call her almost every day. And before I used to go to her house every single day, but then I stopped because it was probably a little bit too much. But yeah, like stuff like that, like having somebody there for you as well. Like that's very important. But yeah, but what I wanted to talk about also was about yeah, like my mom. She was always like what I was saying, my mom is always there for me. So like that's my person. That's who I go to, because I know that she's gonna hear me. She's gonna be my ear. She's gonna be my everything, my eyes, my everything. And she's gonna tell me as it is. My mom is gonna be, she got no filter. She's gonna tell me as it is, and that's what I like about her. Like that's why I love my mom. And of course there's other people that I want to address as well. I'm not gonna say no names or nothing like that, but like there's a lot of people that have helped me. And like I know sometimes like I took it as like I even wrote stuff about it, like forgiveness, like even to ever forgive myself and then forgive them, because I felt as though, how do I say this? Like I felt as though like they didn't really support me in a way, but that's how they were showing me their support. And that's why like I was able to like kind of forgive myself for that, because it's like maybe I was just in my head about that. So yeah, like again, I'm going on in the rant, but being able to have that person is very crucial for your mental health. And then going back to what I said earlier, because that's when like the camera, I need to fix this situation with the camera. Like I feel like the other way was better, but let's just leave it like this, because I'm not gonna be going back and forth. But yeah, like I was talking about when I didn't say when I was diagnosed with my mental health, but I was starting to talk about like my mental health issue. So I was diagnosed with schizophrenia about, I think I would say like 4 years ago, around like the time after my daughter was born, like a couple months after. So she she was like a couple months old or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. And then I also had like postpartum depression, which was like very, like I've never experienced that. Obviously, I was a first time mom. But yeah, and on top of that, I had schizophrenia. I was diagnosed with schizophrenia. So I don't want to talk so much about my issue, but I'm just gonna give a little bit because it is like something that I'm starting to like open up about, and I wanted to talk about it because I know there's other people out. So yeah, like I know that there is plenty, like plethora of people that struggle with a mental health illness, whether it be schizophrenia, PTSD, which is like a lot of people have PTSD. A lot of people have anxiety. A lot of people have depression. A lot of people have all these types of mental illness that are sometimes they are, how do I say it? They're looked upon, or they're not like really looked at. Like they're look at it and they be like, oh, like she's just depressed, oh, she's just this, she's just that. And it's like kind of upsetting because it's like it's kind of sad because it's like it's really, they're really struggling with something, and it's like they're really trying, every day to be a better, a better version of that illness or that diagnosis, because like they're more than their diagnosis. They're more than that title that that they're put because of the diagnosis. Like they're more than that. Like we are, like we're more than the title, and that's where I was struggling, and I was in denial, and I was like, wait, what? Why do I have this? Like I was like, why? Like where did this come from? Like why do I have this? Like how did I get it? Like I was really asking all these questions, obviously, like anybody would. And like I'm not gonna lie, I'm still kind of like not in denial, but I'm still like struggling to understand. But I know that my value is more, or is worth more than that diagnosis. Like I'm not that diagnosis. I am not I'm not that diagnosis. And here he comes again. It's under the table. So yeah, like my kids, I swear, they keep me on my toes, like they say. And that's the best part, because I look at this diagnosis and I be like, that's not going to stop me. Like I might have bad days, but there's going to be a lot of good days if I address this. Because again, like you don't, like the beginning of what I was saying, don't let it be a burden. Don't let it be cancerous. Like don't let it just hinder, like not hinder, let it go on top of each other, like like you're just putting dirt under it. No, like address it, because that's where I was having the problem. Oh my, what is he doing with the mirror? That's where I was having the problem, that I was not addressing it. And there was a period of times where I would just not even say anything. Like I would stay quiet, because like I knew something was wrong a little bit, but I was like, I don't want to say it. Yeah, so I'm sorry, I keep going back and forth with the thing, but I feel like this way you can see me better. But like I didn't want it to make it seem like I was gonna be defined as this like a crazy person. So that's why I was in denial for like so long, because it's like I will not even address it to people, because it's like they're really gonna think like I'm this crazy person. Because honestly, that's what you think about. Like I'm gonna be for real. Like if I'm gonna be for real, like that's why mental health illness is looked at that way. It's looked so down upon, because like because we think like that, and like I even think like that, because it's like, it's true. It's like now, like people are gonna look at me, and then I give them this title, and it's like, oh wait, what? Like, do you hear voices? Do you hear this? Do you hear that? Like, do you see stuff and stuff like that? And it's like, it's not even that. It's just that now, like, I'm considered the spectrum of like schizophrenia, but it wasn't that I hear stuff or stuff like that. Like the first thing that people think of when you think of that diagnosis, and it's not even that. Like if I speak to you about it a little bit more, it would be like that I would have like intrusive thoughts. So it wasn't like an auto, like how I'm talking to you, like guys, like now, like how you would speak to other people, but it was like in my head. It was like negative stuff, and it's like it was really hard, because it's like the thought will already go in my head, and it's like, wait, what? Like where did this come from? And yeah, like I still struggle with it. Like I don't have as many intrusive thoughts anymore, being on my medication, but it's still hard because it's like you still have that in your head, like you still have this diagnosis, but again, don't let it define you. It's not who you are. um but yeah, like what else can I say? Like yeah, like if you guys are listening to anything I say, take mental health awareness or mental health illness very serious, because it's not a definition of you, but if you don't go like in the pathway of where you want to go, like if you're being in denial like I was, or if you're like uncertain about, he was crying, but like if you're not going in the pathway that you have to take to be able to identify like that you have this diagnosis, or you have like a certain diagnosis, then you're just only gonna hurt yourself. And that's where I learned it the hard way, because it's like, yeah, I was not taking these medications when I needed to take them. Then I kind of hurt myself, because it's like going back to these three things, like the psychological part. If your psychological part, your psychological well-being again isn't there, um yeah, like you're not gonna be able to do, your brain is not gonna function the way it's supposed to function. And on top of that, like I also have hormonal imbalance, so not to like make an excuse on it, but like I wasn't taking those medications either. So it's like I kind of was like, I was hurting myself. Like I was hurting myself to the point where it was like I was doing this to myself. Like it's very important to take the medication, even if you feel like, oh, okay, no, I don't have it. If you're diagnosed with it, then you're diagnosed with it. What can you do? What can you do? There's nothing you can do. The only thing is you can do is you can take your medication. And I was so in denial, but I mean, again, the psychological part is something that we have to look at it as it being our vanity. Like that is not our face, but the inside of our brain is so like it's so wonderful that like we have to feed it the same way that we feed ourselves food every day. Like we have to feed our brain as well, because that's just something that is very is important. And like I wasn't taking care of, I wasn't feeding my brain the way I was feeding myself every day, like I wasn't feeding myself fuel, basically what people say. But yeah, like if anybody has any like comments about like if they have anything, or like if they want to address anything to me, or anything like that, would like give me like any words of wisdom or anything like that you guys want to like give me, then you guys are more like, I'm here. Like I will want to hear it, because like at this point is like I need it. Like I feed myself wisdom every day, or I give myself like a daily affirmation. I give myself as much like knowledge that I can to myself by fueling my brain every day. Like whether it be one thing, then, and if it makes me better, then that's all I need. Like, so I'll do these little tiny, it's like values, but there's also like ones with like affirmations. So like anybody can do this, but it could be like your core values. There could be multiple core values that somebody has, whether it be like these are some of them: family, beauty, growth, health, honesty, independence, knowledge, self-esteem, strength. It could be loving. It could be flexibility, forgiveness. So the one that I had addressed earlier, which was forgiveness, this one was kind of a big one to me because it was, if I wasn't able to forgive myself for any harm or damage that I have caused that led me to be where like I'm at with the schizophrenia, like, or with my diagnosis. Like, it was something that I did not know how to forgive. Like, I did not know how to deal with it. And then another one was my support system, and that's where it goes with the social part. Like, if you have these sociable people, or like people that you're able to communicate, then that's great. Like, that's what you need. Don't mind my daughter upstairs, she's so loud, I don't know what she's doing. And then health, like that's important as well, like being able to focus on my mental health to be able to take care of my babies by starting with myself. So again, like what I said earlier about the cup, pouring the cup of tea or making the tea yourself, that is very important. So yeah, like just making, even like I have a book, I have multiple books. I have this one, which is the wellness journal. I have another one of like literally of it was like 52 week of something, and it addresses that book. I like it because it also addresses the core values. It addresses how your values drive your actions. So little stuff like this, which is very important. Yeah, like I was saying, like the values, it could be one that you can make with values, or it could be one that you make with daily affirmations, something that you could just look at every day and it makes you feel good. Like you look at it, and or if it's even like writing like post notes on, what do they do, like on the mirror and stuff like that, anything, like you're seeing it every day. And not the one where they be like well, like I'm not making fun of that one, but it's like where they put like the post notes on the mirror, and then you say it every day. It's funny at first, but it's like you really need to say these things to yourself, whether it be like, I am beautiful, I am strong, I am stronger than my own thoughts, I am, like anything that is, you know, that is feeding your psychological brain or your psychological well-being. So yeah, you can make this as a little tiny envelope, and then you put it like to your future self or to yourself, anything. Or you can even write like a note to yourself. I do stuff like that. And then there's also like a list of generic negative and positive beliefs. So there's ones that be like the responsibility, I am something wrong. Meaning it could be like the negative beliefs that you have in your head. And then look at the ones from the positive side. So the negative ones be like, I don't deserve love, I'm a bad person, I am terrible, I'm worthless, like things like that. I don't even want to read them. But like the positive beliefs, they could be like, I deserve love, I can have love, I'm a good loving person, I'm fine as I am, I am worthy, I am worthwhile, I am honorable, I am lovable, I'm deserving, I deserve good things, I can be healthy, I am a fine, attractive, lovable person, I can deserve this, I'm intelligent, and so forth. You know, I can be trusted, I can learn to trust myself. And then in the back, it's like a little tiny negative cognitive list. But this is like more for like yourself. Like if you want to do it and you're feeling negative, then you know, you write the negative ones, but then you start to think like, why am I feeling this way? You know, why am I feeling negative? Maybe try to replace it with something positive, whether it be like me cooking, making these videos, like, no, you know, talking to somebody bigger than myself, because obviously there's so many people out in this world that somebody has to watch, you know, somebody's gonna watch. And just that the thought that somebody's looking at this and then they're able to feel at least 1% better or like smile. Okay, so I'm gonna come to an end already, because I feel like I kind of addressed everything that I wanted to address. But if I didn't address everything, then please do let me know, or do address like anything that you guys want to address. Just, you guys don't even have to put it on the comments, just like DM me on my Instagram or anything like that. I'm very friendly. I try to be friendly, but I am very friendly. Yeah, I'm still like good person, so you guys could talk to me. Yeah, the point of this video was to address that I also do struggle with a mental illness. So, and then I also wanted to address the mental health awareness of it as well. So yeah, so if anybody has anything to tell me, you guys could shoot me a DM or anything anything, it doesn't matter, whatever it might be. But yeah, so that's about it, and hopefully come back with another video that probably a cooking video, because mostly that's the ones that I usually do. But if anybody has any other comments as well, like what y'all want to see me do, then let me know as well. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.